Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to the UiPath Studio Integrated Development Environment Deep Dive Series. Today, we're going to talk about app and web recorder and computer vision icons. Those are pretty much the last two icons we have in our IDE that we have not discussed. So I'm going to open UiPath Studio, which usually takes a while to open. But while that's opening, I'm going to ask you to navigate to this website, eworkshop.com/data entry automation, just as it shows on the screen. So now that this is open, remember we're working with my first process. And if you don't have any process, it's okay, just open a blank one. We're going to create a separate sequence to demonstrate how these two icons work. The app web recorder, which I'm pointing to now, and the computer vision icon. How do you use them in automation? And the best way to describe that is if I just show you how it works in the real world. So I have navigated to that URL already, and this is what it looks like. So I'm going to first of all ask you to go to New, the top left, sequence, and then call this maybe web recorder and computer vision, just to help you remember what this is for. So it's a new sequence we're creating. It's going to open something entirely different from anything you had opened before, and you're going to put all the activities you need into this. For lack of a better way to describe it, I would say these two icons they do the same thing, but this computer vision is for, shall we say, user interfaces that are difficult to interact with. For example, if you're working on a cloud computer, you're basically remoting into a machine that's far away, and it doesn't have the same feel as something that's on your desktop. And so if you try to use traditional methods to spy the cloud machine, you could run into problems because for whatever reason, the resolution, the feel, the grain is not the same. So in such situations, you may need to toggle between this or that approach. So I'm going to start with the app web recorder. And what is required here is just click on the button, make sure that what you want to automate is open, right? In this case, you just go straight to, the purpose of this form here is just fill in this data, check this box and click submit, right? That's what I want to do. And so once you've clicked the record button, it's as you notice, it's kind of identifying different elements on the screen. It's like, oh, this is that. But you're going to look for the ones that are relevant to you. So for us, it would mean, like I said, I want to enter first name, last name, phone number, email, check this box, and submit. So I'm just going to click on first name. You have to make sure that the part that you're trying to interact with is highlighted in green. So when you do that, you click, and then the studio interface basically recognizes that, oh, this is what he's trying to interact with, and it understands that this seems like it's a field that you type something into. It's that intelligent. So for example, I want to type my name in here. So you make sure you click in this place here where it says type a value or use another source for the data. You might say, this is my name, and then I want to check empty field. And the reason why you do that is if it's not already checked, check the empty field. But the reason why you do that is just in case something is already typed in there, you want it to clear the field before it starts typing Yinka, for example. So then you hit confirm, then it understands that you want to type Yinka inside that box, or some kind of text anyway. If you look to the top right now, you will see that this little recording screen tells you what the recorded steps you've made are. So I'm going to do the same thing for last name. it's basically going to try and identify. And as you see, it notices again that this is like the type of user interface element that you type stuff into. So it brings out this box again and asks you the same question. What do you want to type in there? I'm going to put my last name. Again, make sure empty field is checked and confirm. And move on to the next item. Phone. Click on that. It identifies in a few moments that this is also something you want to type into. So I'm just going to put a fictitious phone number, 5550123. Right? Make sure that this is, and then confirm. The empty field is checked, and then confirm. Do the same thing for email. Click on that. It will identify that this is also a text field. And I'm going to just put a fictitious email address there, waitaramola@ymail.com. Make sure empty field is checked, confirm. So here, like I said, we want to check this action. So I just hover around it. Just make sure whatever you want to click is green. And then click that. And then if you look on the right now, you see that it understands that you want to check the box. But if you want to do something else, you have the ability to uncheck, to toggle, if you so desire. In this case, we just want to check. So that's fine. And last but not the least, I want to hit submit. So when I hit submit, it understands that I want to click that button. Right? And then it actually does the job manually. So I'm going to basically close this. Oh, sorry. First thing you do is you save your work by hitting this button here, this icon that looks like a floppy disk drive, and it understands that you're done recording. So if you look here, you will find out that it has basically understood that you want to type into first name field. The best practice is to, right, do that properly. And this is what you want to type into, just like you were recording. It understands all of that. Type into last name field, and so on and so forth. It understands that this is what you want to do. Type into phone. Now, for the sake of the length of the video, I wouldn't want to, type all of this, but that would be my recommendation to you. Always label your activities so that they are very descriptive of what they do. This is very, very important when you're in the real world, because you're not the only one who's going to be using this. Other people want to understand the purpose of each activity, so you have to describe it properly. So having said that, I'm going to go ahead just to shorten the time of this clip and show you that it has recorded all the steps that you might need to do from enter first name to all the way down to submit the form. But there is one more thing I need to let you know before I actually run the automation we've built. You have to click on this use browser, right? Which it automatically generated for you. You didn't have to do any of this. But you do have to, for example, toggle a few things, like under options, make sure you're clicked on the properties tab on the right, and then go to close, options, close. What happens by default is that it always closes whatever browser it opens. So you want to tell it that don't close it, right? By clicking never. Because if I run this automation now, when it finishes, it's just going to close the browser. That's not what I want. I want it to remain open so we can see what we have accomplished. And then there are a number of things that could also be problematic, like resize window. I would recommend you put this to maximize so that it always keeps it at the, fully opened. And that should be enough for now. So I save that and I run the automation by just clicking the debug button. And if we did it right, we'll find out that like magic, is gonna just do what I'm sorry, this is my bad. You have to close the open browser. I could have sworn I did that though, but you have to make sure all the browsers are closed. I was pretty sure I did that, but it doesn't matter. So now I'm going to click play. And then let's see it open its own browser and do these tasks. Actually, this is I apologize. So what you want to do is make sure that you are already navigated to the place here. It's a little bit different for this. Make sure that where you want to automate is already open and on the right screen. Again, this is an oversimplified illustration. You can do things a lot tidier, but I just want to show you how to use the web recorder. So now, number one is this is open, right? Before you hit play. It's open and it's on the right screen. So it knows what to do. It just basically picks up. So as you can see, all the things we said it's doing. And you see, it submitted it and it left it open because I took the time to tweak the properties so that it stays open. So that is an example of how to use the web recorder. This one, the app, a web recorder. On the other hand, the computer vision one is a little bit different. I think it might be a good idea to just stop this video so that we can review the computer vision in the next class so that it's less tedious for you. So I'm going to do just that and encourage you to practice this and make sure you get it right. All right? Because it's a very useful tool that simplifies the process of automating processes and interacting with user interfaces. All right, so I look forward to seeing you in the next class. Thank you for watching. Bye.